The cargo ship Aurora Wind moved slowly through the empty black of space. Its small engines glowed faint blue, humming like a calm voice in the silence. Inside, Myra wiped grease from her hands as she finished repairing a loose panel near the engine core. She was a young mechanic with sharp eyes and quick fingers. "Aaron, check the power levels again," Myra called from the engine room. The pilot, a man with steady hands and a tired face, tapped the controls in the cockpit. "Power is holding, but we're getting strange readings ahead. The sensors don't like it." "What kind of readings?" Myra asked, climbing to the control deck. Aaron shook his head. "Energy spikes. Like lightning, but steady. We're coming close to the Veil." The Veil, a mysterious region of space between two planets, was known by every traveler. Day and night never touched it. Instead, it glowed with a soft, endless twilight, hiding strange signals and lost ships. Most pilots avoided it. "We'll pass through quick," Aaron said, sounding confident. But Myra noticed his grip on the controls tightening. Before they could adjust course, the ship jolted violently. Alarms rang through the cabin. Lights flashed red. "Main stabilizer is offline," Myra shouted. "I'm losing control," Aaron replied, steering hard, but the ship kept spinning. They crashed through a wave of unseen energy, and the ship slowed only after Aaron forced an emergency landing on a barren grey moon near the Veil. The ship's hull groaned, but held together. Myra exhaled. "We're alive. But the engine's a mess." While she inspected the damage outside, Aaron scanned the horizon. The moon's surface was silent and empty, but not for long. A small silver craft landed nearby, kicking up dust. A tall figure stepped out, not human, but not threatening. His thin frame and dark green skin reflected the pale twilight. His large eyes blinked calmly as he walked toward them. "Travelers," the alien said with a polite bow, "you seem lost. I am Rin, merchant of this sector. I guide ships through the Veil, for a price." Aaron crossed his arms. "We didn't ask for a guide." "But you need one," Rin replied with a smile that didn't feel friendly. "No one crosses the Veil without help." Myra looked at the alien's craft and saw strange markings on its side. They looked old, almost like the carvings she had seen in history files about human exploration. Why would an alien ship carry human symbols? Lila, their quiet passenger and scientist, stepped forward. She had been silent during the landing, studying data on her handheld scanner. "Those markings," she whispered to Myra, "match ruins I studied years ago. Ancient human research stations left them in strange places, like this." "Why would a merchant have them?" Myra asked softly. "Good question," Lila replied. Her voice turned serious. "And another warning, the Veil isn't just space fog. I've studied its energy fields. They react to living minds. It's alive." Myra's eyes widened. "Alive? Like a creature?" "Not exactly. More like a whispering presence," Lila said. "People who enter hear things. Promises. It tempts you." Aaron frowned. "We just need to get through, nothing else." "Rin, what's your price?" The alien merchant's smile grew wider. "A simple favor. There is something inside the Veil that belongs to me. Help me recover it, and I'll guide you safely." Before Aaron could answer, Myra's console beeped sharply. She ran to check it. "Captain, I'm picking up a signal inside the Veil." "What kind of signal?" Aaron asked. "Human," Myra said slowly. "And old. This beacon hasn't sent a message in 50 years. Lila looked alarmed. "That's impossible. No ship survives that long inside the Veil." Rin's calm voice cut through the tension. "Some do, if they accept its gifts." "Gifts?" Myra asked. Rin tilted his head, his voice soft. "The Veil offers what every traveler desires most. Power. safety. Dreams made real. But only those willing to take the first step can receive them. Aaron took a step forward, glaring. We're not here for gifts. Just passage. Rin raised his hands, pretending innocence. Then take my map. Follow me. But remember the veil tests everyone who enters. And no one leaves unchanged. Myra glanced at Lila, who gave her a firm nod. Stay alert, the scientist whispered. This is no ordinary storm. The crew of Aurora Wind had no choice. The ship couldn't fly without passing through the veil, and Rin seemed to know its secrets. But as twilight light spilled across the barren moon, Myra felt uneasy. Something was waiting inside the veil. Something that spoke without words, calling to anyone who would listen. And for some reason, Myra felt it calling her by name. To be continued. The Aurora Wind rose slowly from the moon's surface after Myra's quick repairs. The engines were weak, but running. Rin's silver craft glided smoothly ahead, leading them toward the veil. Myra sat in the engine room, tightening bolts and listening to the faint hum of the ship. She couldn't stop thinking about Rin's strange words and the way he had said them, like someone offering a secret he knew she wanted. Aaron entered, his steps heavy. How bad is it? We'll make it, Myra said, though her voice held no joy. But the stabilizer might fail if the energy field gets rough. Aaron looked out the small window at Rin's craft. I don't trust him. Neither do I, Myra replied, but we need that map. In the cockpit, Lila examined the star charts Rin had given them. The map was real, but something was wrong. This route only takes us halfway through the veil, she said when the others joined her. The rest is missing. Why give us an incomplete map? Aaron asked sharply. Because he wants us to follow him to the end, Lila answered. And to owe him. They reached the edge of the veil, where space changed color. It was neither day nor night, a soft, endless twilight that shimmered like moving glass. Stars blurred at the edges, and the darkness pulsed faintly as if breathing. As the ship entered, Myra felt pressure in her ears, like the whole region was alive. Her tools rattled in their cases. Aaron gripped the controls harder than ever. Keep the ship steady, Myra said, checking readouts. The energy waves are climbing. Suddenly, a voice soft and clear whispered inside her mind. You belong here. Myra froze. She looked at Lila and Aaron, but neither seemed to hear anything. She shook her head and focused on the panel. I think the energy flow is guiding us, she muttered, adjusting power lines without thinking. The ship steadied at once. Aaron glanced at her. How did you do that? I don't know, Myra admitted. It felt like I just knew what to fix. The veil's light grew stranger as they went deeper. They saw shapes moving outside, not ships, not rocks, but streams of glowing mist curling like fingers. Once, Aaron swore he saw a human face in the twilight glow. We're near the signal, Myra said, checking her scanner. It's close. Very close. They followed Rin's craft until they reached a drifting vessel covered in frost. Its lights were dim, its hull cracked, but its beacon still pulsed steady, human, alive. That's impossible, Aaron whispered. This ship vanished 50 years ago. Name? Lila asked. Starlit Grace, Myra read from the hull. A survey ship. I read about it in the archives. Rin's voice came over the comm, calm and smooth. Leave it. The veil keeps what it takes. No, Aaron said firmly. If there's anyone alive, we help. You do not understand, Rin replied. The ones inside chose to stay. They accepted what was offered. Offered by who? Myra demanded. Rin only smiled on the screen. By the veil itself. Aaron ignored him and guided Aurora Wind close to the frozen ship. Myra and Lila suited up to board while Aaron kept watch. Inside the Starlit Grace, the air was still, but not dead. Systems hummed faintly. The crew lay motionless in their seats, eyes closed as if sleeping, untouched by age or decay. "This isn't right," Myra whispered, checking for life signs. "They're alive, but frozen in time." Lila found a log on the ship's console. The voice of the captain played in the cold air. "The veil has shown us everything we ever wanted. We only need to accept. We will never leave this place, and we do not wish to." Myra shivered. "This is wrong. They didn't even try to escape." "They didn't have to," Lila said grimly. "The veil gave them what they wanted most." "Which means it will try to tempt us too," Myra added. Before they could return to Aurora Wind, Rin appeared at the airlock, his silver suit glowing faintly in the twilight. "Leave them," he urged. "They are not prisoners. They are dreamers. The veil keeps them safe." Aaron's voice shouted over the COMM, "Myra, Lila, get back now. We're picking up movement in the veil. Something's circling the ships." Rin held out his hand, his tone calm but cold. "Help me find what I seek, and I will guide you through. But if you disturb the dreamers, the veil will not forgive you." Myra narrowed her eyes. "What are you really after?" Rin smiled faintly. "Something humans lost long ago." The twilight outside pulsed brighter, as if listening. The Aurora Wind detached from the frozen ship and followed Rin's silver craft deeper into the veil. The endless twilight thickened like mist, wrapping around their hull. The stars outside vanished. "Stay sharp," Aaron said, guiding the ship with slow, steady hands. His eyes stayed on the glowing trails of Rin's engines. "This place is alive." Myra sat at the engine console, monitoring the stabilizer. "Alive and watching us," she said quietly. The lights on her panel flickered without warning. "Something's pushing against the ship, like invisible waves." Lila, holding her scanner, looked pale. "The veil reacts to human thoughts. My readings show its energy changing every time we speak." The ship trembled as if caught in a strong current. Aaron adjusted the thrusters, but the motion only grew worse. "It's like flying through a dream," he muttered. A whisper brushed against Myra's mind again. "You are clever. You could fix anything. Stay here. You will never fail." She jerked upright, heart racing. "Did you hear that?" she asked. "Hear what?" Aaron shot her a glance. "Someone spoke," Myra said firmly. "A voice inside my head." "The veil is starting to test us," Lila said, her voice calm but tense. "Ignore it. If you answer back, it grows stronger." They pressed on. Outside the window, glowing shapes drifted by, clouds of light twisting like ribbons, sometimes forming patterns that looked almost human. Aaron saw one that looked like a soldier saluting. His stomach tightened. Memories of old battles flooded his mind: smoke, broken ships, faces of those he couldn't save. "Aaron." Myra noticed his shaking hands on the controls. "I'm fine," he muttered. But he wasn't. The veil showed him visions of peace, a world without war, without pain. All he had to do was stop flying, stop fighting, and rest forever. "Aaron!" Myra shouted as the ship tilted sharply. "Pull us back on course." He blinked, sweat running down his forehead, and forced the controls straight. "Something's messing with me," he admitted. "It's in my head." "We have to keep going," Lila said. "But don't believe anything it shows you. The veil tempts by giving you what you desire most." Suddenly, Rin's voice came over the COMM. "Stay close to me, humans. If you drift too far, you'll lose your way forever." Myra scowled. "How do you resist it?" Rin laughed softly. "I don't. I let it whisper, but I don't answer." The whisper in Myra's mind grew louder. "You are meant to be more than this. The veil will give you all the knowledge you seek. Stay, Myra. Stay forever." She gripped the console hard, refusing to listen. Instead, she studied the engine readouts. One line of numbers stood out: energy flows moving faster than expected. The stabilizer is about to overload, she warned. I can fix it, but I'll need full control. Do it, Aaron said. Myra closed her eyes for a moment, letting her instincts guide her hands. Somehow, she knew exactly which wires to reroute. As she made the final adjustment, the ship steadied, slipping through a corridor of calm light. You did it, Lila said, surprised. How did you know? I felt it, Myra admitted, still shaken. Like the veil was telling me how to fix it. That's what it wants, Lila warned. It's trying to earn your trust. Ahead, Rin slowed his craft and pointed toward a massive shadow hidden inside the twilight. It was a ship, old, human-built, its hull intact, its lights glowing faintly as if it had just launched. That's the source of the signal, Myra said. But, it looks brand new. Aaron frowned. It's been missing 50 years. How can it look untouched? Because time doesn't pass here, Lila whispered. The veil preserves whatever it claims. They docked beside the drifting vessel. The airlock opened with no resistance, as though the ship had been waiting for them. Inside, everything was spotless: no dust, no damage, no sign of age. This is impossible, Aaron muttered as they walked through silent halls. Myra stopped at the main control room. Dozens of crew members sat at their posts, motionless but breathing. Their faces were peaceful, as if they were sleeping through a dream they never wanted to end. Lila examined the command console and found a recorded message. The captain's voice was calm and warm. We have seen what the veil offers. No hunger, no fear, no death. We accept. We will not leave. Myra shivered. They don't even realize they're trapped. They don't think they are, Lila said. The veil gives them perfect lives inside their minds. Why would they ever want to wake up? Behind them, Rin appeared in the doorway, his eyes glowing faintly in the dim light. Do you see now? He said softly. This is no prison. It is a gift. Help me reach the heart of the veil, and I will guide you safely through. And if we refuse? Aaron asked, hand hovering near his sidearm. Then you will wander here until you accept its gift too, Rin replied with a slight smile. The veil's light pulsed outside the windows, brighter and closer, as if the entire region was listening to their choice. The control room of the old ship was silent, the air heavy with stillness. Myra, Aaron, and Lila stood among the motionless crew, their hearts beating faster with every passing second. The men and women at their stations looked peaceful, but too peaceful, untouched by age, by time, by reality. They're alive, Myra whispered, scanning one man's pulse. His heart is beating, but slow. Like he's dreaming. Dreaming forever, Lila said softly, examining the ship's systems. The life support isn't even working. Something else is keeping them alive. Aaron glanced over his shoulder, uneasy. We can't stay here long. The veil doesn't like visitors. Before anyone could move, the lights inside the control room flickered. A low hum filled the air, soft but growing. Then, one by one, the crew members' eyes opened. Myra gasped. They're waking up. The people rose slowly from their chairs, stretching as if from a deep sleep. Their faces showed no confusion, no fear. A woman at the captain's station smiled warmly. Visitors, she said, her voice calm and clear. Welcome. The veil has guided you here. We came to help, Aaron said cautiously, stepping forward. Your ship was lost 50 years ago. We thought you were dead. We are not dead, the captain replied. We are free. The veil gives us all we desire. No hunger, no pain, no passing of years. Why would we ever leave? Myra shook her head. You're trapped. You just don't see it. The captain's smile didn't fade. Trapped? No. We chose to stay. You will too. As she spoke, Rin appeared behind them, leaning casually against the doorway. His glowing eyes scanned the crew with interest. I told you, he said smoothly. They accepted the gift. Aaron turned sharply. What's your game, Rin? Why are you here? The alien's voice stayed calm. The veil holds something older than your species. I only wish to claim it. Help me, and I will lead you safely out. Lila narrowed her eyes. You're not just a guide. You're searching for something. Rin gave a faint smile. Yes. The veil was not made by chance. It was built, by humans. That's impossible, Myra said. No one could create something like this. Not now, Rin replied. But long ago, humans planted many seeds in space. The veil is one of them. A test. A gatekeeper. And somewhere in its heart lies what I need. Before Aaron could respond, the control room shifted. The walls shimmered as though made of water. For an instant, Myra saw not metal and wires, but fields of green grass and warm sunlight. The captain's voice echoed sweetly, "Stay with us. You can have anything you want. The veil will make it real." Aaron saw flashes of his old squad alive and smiling, laughing around a campfire. Myra saw herself working on engines that never broke, her hands always skilled, never failing. Lila saw her lost research completed, her name written among the greatest scientists of all time. Myra, don't listen! Lila shouted, shaking herself free from the vision. It's not real. Myra gripped the edge of a console until her knuckles turned white. I know, she said through clenched teeth. I won't give in. Aaron fired a warning shot at the deck. The sharp sound broke the illusion. The room returned to normal cold metal, still air, waiting crew. The captain did not flinch. You can't fight the veil forever. It knows what you want most. And it never stops offering. Then we keep refusing, Aaron said firmly. The humming grew louder. Lights in the corridor outside flashed like heartbeat pulses. Rin stepped back toward the door. The veil is aware of your defiance. It does not like to be denied. What now? Myra asked quickly. We leave, Aaron said. Now. But as they turned to go, the crew of the old ship blocked the passage. Their calm smiles never changed. Don't run, the captain said softly. You'll only tire yourselves. Why suffer, when you could stay and rest? Aaron clenched his fists. Move aside. They won't, Rin said simply. They belong to the veil now. Lila glanced at Myra. If we don't get back to Aurora Wind fast, we'll end up like them. Myra nodded and whispered, I'll make us a path. She slammed her hand on a nearby control panel, triggering the ship's emergency lights. The sudden flare blinded the frozen crew just long enough for Aaron to push through. The three of them ran through the shimmering corridor, Rin close behind. Myra felt the veil's voice stronger now, almost desperate. Stay, Myra. You belong here. Don't fight me. They reached the airlock and sealed it behind them. But even as Aurora Wind detached and pulled away, Myra saw the faces of the frozen crew through the window, smiling peacefully, waving goodbye as if nothing was wrong. Where to now? Aaron demanded, gripping the controls. Rin pointed toward the swirling center of the veil. To the heart. If you want to escape, you must pass through the core. But beware, the closer we get, the louder its voice will become. Outside, the twilight glowed brighter, twisting into strange shapes. Myra swallowed hard. She could already hear it, calling her name again and again. The Aurora Wind glided deeper into the veil's twisting twilight. The mist outside glowed like soft fire, pulsing with a heartbeat rhythm. It felt alive. It felt aware. Myra sat at the engine console, eyes fixed on her readouts, though her mind was elsewhere. The voice of the veil whispered again, stronger than before, "Stay here. You are gifted. You will never fail. I will show you everything you desire." She pressed her hands to her ears, but the sound came from inside her thoughts. Aaron noticed her pale face. "Myra, you okay?" "I'm fine," she said quickly. "Just tired." But Lila wasn't convinced. She leaned forward from the science station. The veil is focusing on her. It senses who is most open to its call. Aaron tightened his grip on the controls. "Then we move faster and get out of here." Ahead of them, Rin's silver craft slowed, gliding smoothly through the shimmering clouds. He sent a calm voice message, "We are close to the heart now. Stay on my path." Aaron frowned. "You're leading us straight into danger, aren't you?" "I am leading you to freedom," Rin replied smoothly. "If you reach the core, the veil will offer its gift. Refuse it, and it will destroy you. Accept it, and you will never fear again." Myra looked sharply at him through the COMM screen. "What do you want from the veil?" "Something your kind left behind," Rin said simply. "Long ago, humans built this place as a test. At its heart is knowledge, and power. I mean to claim it." Before Aaron could reply, alarms rang through Aurora Wind. He cut the link. Myra shouted. Rin's craft shot forward, leaving them alone in the glowing haze. "Follow him!" Aaron barked, pushing the engines to maximum. But as they surged ahead, the mist thickened into walls of light. Strange shapes swirled around them, forming visions. Myra suddenly saw her childhood home, bright and safe, with her parents smiling at the door. She smelled warm bread, heard laughter, felt comfort she hadn't felt in years. "Stay here," the voice whispered sweetly. "No more failure. No more fear. You will always be enough." "Myra." Lila shook her shoulder. "It's not real. Don't look." Myra blinked hard and forced herself to watch the engine readings instead of the visions. "I'm holding steady," she said through clenched teeth. "Just keep me focused." Aaron wasn't immune either. He saw the faces of his fallen squad mates, alive and smiling, telling him the war was over, that he could finally rest. His hands drifted from the controls for a moment. "Aaron!" Myra shouted. "Stay with us." He gritted his teeth, forcing his focus back. "I'm here." Suddenly, Rin's voice echoed from all directions, "Not just the COMM you see now? The veil gives you what you truly want. Stop fighting it. Follow me to the core, and you'll understand." Lila scowled. "He's merged his ship with the veil's energy. He's using it to pull us in. Then we cut our own path," Myra said quickly. She began rerouting power to the stabilizers, guiding the ship by instinct. The veil seemed to resist, pushing back, but Myra fought it. The Aurora Wind broke through the swirling haze into a wide clearing, a calm eye at the center of the storm. There, floating in the twilight, was a massive alien station glowing with soft silver light. Its design was partly human, partly something older. "That's it," Lila whispered. "The heart of the veil." Rin's craft hovered near its docking ring. He stepped out onto the platform as if the thin air meant nothing to him. "Come," his voice called over the ship's speakers. "The veil welcomes you. Take its gift." Aaron glared at the glowing station. "It's a trap." "It's a choice," Lila corrected. "The veil doesn't force you. It tempts you." As they prepared to dock, the voice inside Myra's head grew louder, almost pleading, "Stay with me, Myra. I will give you perfect skill. You will never fail anyone again. You will be loved, always." Her heart pounded. The promise felt so real, so warm. For a moment, she wanted to say yes. "Myra," Aaron said sharply, seeing her distant stare. "You're not listening to it, are you?" Myra swallowed hard. "I'm trying not to." The Aurora Wind locked onto the station. Its doors opened with a slow, deep hum, like a voice welcoming them inside. The air shimmered with twilight light, soft and strange. Rin stood on the platform, waiting. "Decide quickly," he said calmly. "The veil does not wait forever." Aaron turned to Myra and Lila. "No matter what it shows you, remember it isn't real. We take Rin, we shut this thing down, and we get out." But as they stepped inside the glowing station, the veil's whisper grew into a chorus. "Stay! Stay! Stay!" Myra clenched her fists, breathing fast. The choice was coming, and the veil wasn't going to make it easy. The night sky glowed faintly with twin moons as Myra sat alone near the cliff's edge. The deep valley below was filled with mist, and the alien ruins shimmered with strange blue light. The last mission had drained her. She could still feel the echo of the mysterious voice inside her mind. Kieran joined her quietly. "You're still awake," he said softly. "I can't sleep," Myra replied. "Every time I close my eyes, I hear that whisper again." Kieran sat down beside her. "The voice tried to guide you last time," he said. "But why you? Why not any of us?" "I don't know," Myra said. "Maybe because I touched the core inside the ruins. Or maybe because I listened when everyone else was afraid." Before Kieran could reply, Aaron came running from the camp. "Myra, you need to see this," he said, breathless. They hurried back to the camp. Lila was standing near the signal receiver. The machine was glowing and humming strangely. "It's picking up something," Lila said. "A repeating pulse. Almost like someone calling for help." Myra leaned closer. The sound was soft but clear, a rhythmic beat, almost like a heart. "It's coming from the mountains," Lila added. "Farther than we've gone." "Could be a trap," Aaron warned. "We don't know what lives out there." "Or it could be someone who needs us," Myra said firmly. Kieran looked uneasy. "You always want to help, Myra. But what if this is the same power that whispered to you?" Myra shook her head. "If someone's in danger, we can't just walk away." The next morning, they packed supplies and left at sunrise. The mountain path was narrow and dangerous, but they moved carefully. As they climbed higher, the air became thin and cold. Strange glowing plants grew along the rocky slopes, lighting their way like lanterns. By afternoon, they reached a hidden plateau. In the center stood a crystal tower, cracked and covered in vines. The heartbeat signal was louder now. "Looks abandoned," Aaron said, scanning the area with his detector. "But there's energy inside." Myra stepped forward. "Stay here. I'll check." Kieran grabbed her arm. "No. We go together." Inside the tower, the air was warm and heavy. Symbols glowed faintly on the walls, and a soft hum filled the space. In the center, a figure lay trapped inside a transparent chamber, not human, but not fully alien either. Its features were calm, almost peaceful, as if asleep. "This must be the source of the signal," Lila whispered. Suddenly, Myra felt a wave of emotion, sadness, fear, and hope all at once. The voice returned, louder now, "Free me, and I will guide you." Myra's heart raced. "It's speaking again," she said. "No one else hears it," Kieran said, frowning. "Are you sure it's not tricking you?" Myra shook her head. "I can feel its pain. It's been here for a long time." Aaron stepped closer to the chamber. "If we open this, we don't know what will happen. The energy readings are off the scale. But if we leave it trapped, it might die," Myra said firmly. The voice grew urgent. "Hurry, the shadows come." "What shadows?" Lila asked nervously. Before anyone could answer, the tower shook violently. From the cracks in the floor, black shapes began to rise, strange creatures made of smoke and light. Their hollow eyes glowed with red fire. "Get back!" Kieran shouted, drawing his plasma cutter. Aaron fired his pulse gun, but the creatures didn't fall easily. They moved like shadows, twisting and reforming. "Myra, we need to leave," Lila cried. But Myra was already at the control panel, searching for a way to open the chamber. The voice in her head guided her hands. Symbols lit up under her fingers. The ground shook harder. One shadow lunged at her, but Kieran blocked it, slashing through its form. "Hurry," he yelled. With a final press, the chamber opened. A soft white light poured out, pushing back the shadows. The figure inside slowly rose tall, graceful, with glowing silver eyes. "Thank you," it spoke aloud, its voice calm but powerful. The shadows hissed and vanished into the cracks as if afraid. Silence returned to the tower. "Who are you?" Myra asked. The figure looked at her. "A guardian, and now, your ally. But danger is coming faster than you know." Myra glanced at her friends. They were tired, shaken, but alive. "Then we fight it together," she said. The figure nodded. "The twilight is falling. You must be ready." As they left the tower, the twin moons rose higher, casting long shadows over the mountains. Myra felt both fear and hope inside her chest. Whatever was coming, she knew their journey was far from over. The alien ships hung over the horizon like silver blades, silent and waiting. For 3 days, they had not moved, not fired, not spoken. But everyone in Myra's village felt the tension, as if the sky itself was holding its breath. Myra, Kieran, and Aaron stood outside the control shelter, staring at the faint glow from the distant fleet. The human defenses were ready, but Myra knew the truth: no amount of weapons could win this fight. It was not a battle of firepower. It was a battle of will. "They are testing us," Aaron whispered. "They want to see if we will surrender without a fight." Kieran shook his head. "Or they're waiting for us to make a mistake." Myra stayed silent. She remembered her vision in the ancient chamber, the pulse of light inside the crystal tablet. The knowledge burned in her mind like a steady flame: humans had something the invaders could not understand. Not technology. Not strength. Something else. At dawn, a low hum spread across the valley. A single alien craft broke away from the fleet and descended. It was small, shining like liquid metal, and it landed gently near the edge of the human camp. Soldiers raised their weapons, but Myra stepped forward. "Don't shoot," she said firmly. "They came to speak." The craft opened, and a tall figure emerged, its face hidden behind smooth glass. Its voice was clear, emotionless. "Give us the source," it said. "Give us the power hidden beneath your soil. Refuse, and we will burn this world clean." Myra stepped closer, ignoring the soldiers' warnings. "This world is alive," she said. "The power you want is not yours to take. And it will never obey you." The alien tilted its head, as if curious. "You are weak. Why protect what you cannot control?" "Because it's not about control," Myra replied. Her voice was steady, but inside her heart pounded like a drum. "It's about trust. About life choosing to live. You see only resources. We see a home." The alien was silent. Behind its visor, Myra felt its cold gaze measuring her words. "You will regret this," it said finally. "Your species will break." Before Myra could answer, Kieran stepped forward. "Maybe," he said, "but we'll break on our own terms, not yours." The alien figure turned, walked back into its ship, and in a blink it rose into the sky. The fleet above shifted and began to descend. "Positions!" Aaron shouted. Sirens wailed across the valley. But Myra didn't move. Instead, she ran toward the ancient chamber hidden in the hills. Kieran followed without a word. Inside, the crystal tablet glowed brighter than ever. Myra placed her hand on it, and a deep voice, the same voice she'd heard in her dreams, spoke inside her mind. Child of Earth, you choose to stand. Then we will stand with you. The ground trembled. All across the valley, roots and vines burst from the soil, wrapping around the defense towers. Not to destroy them, to shield them. The land itself was waking up. When the alien fleet opened fire, beams of light struck the earth and the earth answered. Pillars of stone rose like giant fists, blocking the blasts. Energy surged from the crystal tablet through Myra's body, and out into the valley. The invaders' weapons failed, their ships cracking under invisible pressure. On the ridge, Aaron stared in disbelief. "It's not us," he whispered. "It's the planet." "No," Kieran said, watching Myra's glowing figure at the chamber door. "It's her. She's speaking for the planet." One by one, the alien ships fell silent. Some retreated. Some simply vanished into the sky. By nightfall, the horizon was clear again. The invasion was over, not by human fire, but by human courage. When the last light faded, Myra collapsed, exhausted but alive. Kieran caught her before she hit the ground. "You did it," he said softly. "No," Myra murmured, her voice weak but steady. "We did it. The world did it." For the first time in days, the valley was quiet, not with fear, but with peace. Humans had proven they were not just survivors. They were protectors. And they had earned the trust of something far greater than themselves. As stars filled the sky, Myra looked up and smiled. The twilight no longer felt like a warning. It felt like a promise.